How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I just want you guys to be able to tap in with the kids, tap in with the fella, you feel me? So I'm taking me a night walk. Some of y'all probably sleeping, but that's totally fine. So whenever y'all have a time to, retrieve this video, tune in. But basically, I really want to be able to spend some time with you guys for you guys to understand that happiness is very important. Happiness is very important. And it is your prerogative, it's your priority to make sure that you find your happiness. And the reason why I'm saying this, because y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I come authentic. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you the real. Is that a lot of people out here are struggling. They're stressed. Feel me? They're down bad. They're going through what they're going through, and they're trying to find a way to survive. And one thing that I always try to, give y'all some type of insight on is something that's called trauma bonding. You feel me? You may be going through your own struggle, and your own stresses and things that you got going on that's on your plate, right? And unconsciously, you may, find that another person that you have interested in, or you may not be interested in them, but that somehow you connect to the individual. You feel me? Some people are out here doing stuff that, with that individual as if you're in a relationship with them. So it's like, you understand the exchange, understand the energy, understand what's really going on, y'all. Like, really, be real to yourself. But I really want to, like I said, pull it to the focal point once again, is that your happiness is your prerogative. It's your priority. It's your responsibility. Nobody out here is going to really, you feel me, do what's going to be beneficial for you and put you in that position. And we also got to understand, too, is that when we're with people, don't get it twisted, we make memories. We're able to, have good times. But I really want us to understand as well is that we need to stop looking for that external validation, and we need to start looking within. Because when you're left alone, you're down bad, and like I said, when life fluctuates, it goes up and it's down, and you really have to sit with yourself. Like, do you feel me, the core essence of, that tap in? Do you know yourself? Did you build that rapport with yourself? All right? Y'all see me. I'm by myself, alone. Don't get it twisted. I'm in a conducive environment. I'm safe. You feel me? I can walk around any time, and I'm smooth over here in regards to where I'm at. Right? You feel me? It's very important, like I said, to find safe environments where you're able to really get this peace of mind. And if you're obviously a child and you trying to put things together, and you a young little lad or you're a little teenager, tap in with your guardian or somebody and get yourself to go to a park or some area where you can sit on a bench or a pond, etc., and really find time to really kind of tune in with yourself. Because at any given moment, personal development, self-improvement can you could build at any given age. And obviously the younger the better, But I think that a lot of us out here, we focus on the sports, we focus on the academics, we focus on all these other things that derive, like I said, that validation, that reward, that praise, that approval from other people. Let's be real. But what about the time for ourselves when we're going, when we're going through whatever we're going through? I'm telling y'all, man, like, peace of mind is something that you can't put a dollar amount on. And, this is something that we're just going to need. And at the same time, too, let's dive into it as well. Let's talk about, divorces out there. Let's get real. Because there's some of us that are coming, like I said, coming from dysfunctional dynamics, and we've seen, situations, Let's get real. Domestic violence. We've seen anger. We've seen aggression. We've seen, you feel me, things that shouldn't transpire. And we also seen the duration, aka time. It wasn't a once of occurrence. These things have been going on for years, going on for moments. You feel me? And let's be real, like I said, based on the individual, make the connections, y'all. These things take a toll on our emotions. The people that we're around, the people that we love, you know what I mean? The environment. It all, takes a toll. And you may not see it now, but, because you're so used to it, your nervous system's used to it. But let's just say you detach from that home, or you detach from that environment that you're in, where a lot of the chaotic stuff happened. And let's say like 10 years later, you came back to it. You're going to have like, ooh, you're going to be like, yo, whoa. You're going to have a different perspective. Because like I said, the nervous system adapted into that environment based off of your circumstances, and you trying to cope, and you had to push through, and the expectations and all. You was in that. You was in it. You know what I mean? But the moment that you're able to pull yourself out of that, that's why I keep emphasizing y'all conducive environments for y'all to really, you feel me, build this rapport, get tuned in with yourself, y'all. Where you're able to really take a deep breath, you feel me, and like it's a lot going on, dog. It's a lot. Especially right now, the world that we're in right now, where we have a lot of social media, a lot of news, a lot of information, you feel me? A lot of content creators, a lot of things going on, right? But let's be real, there's a lot of distractions, y'all. There's a lot of distractions. And only you know what's distracting you. And if so not, let's reevaluate. Some of us need to be putting boundaries up. Some of us need to be putting cancellations up on some of the people that we interact with. Some of us need to stop being people pleasers. Some of us need to really, feel me? Like, do what's going to be beneficial for you. When are we going to make a decision when we're going to be able to put ourselves first? Happiness is a choice. And I think that a lot of us too, we're bonding. Like I said, we're trauma bonding with other people. You feel me? We're connecting with other people because some of us are desperate. Some of us don't want to be lonely. Some of us are running away from ourselves. Some of us don't want to be accountable. Some of us just want to just hop and linger on to another relationship because we just don't want to do the work. You feel me? So, the more that we just neglect ourselves and our needs, I'm telling you right now, the misery is going to come. And there's people out here around you that's not going to keep it a buck with you. That's not going to put you onto game. And my thing too, when I look at the older generation, no shade, but I got to be real. You feel me? There's not a lot of people out here that are advising, you feel me? That are being positive role models, that are putting us onto game, that's really trying to help us navigate and, like I said, advise us into, you feel me, a better trajectory. No one's talking about, what it is to be a gentleman. No one's talking about how a woman should be groomed in a specific fashion for her to develop in a healthy way with the compassion. You feel me? But at the same time too, we have to look within ourselves and do we want that? Do we want to improve? Or do we want to just stay the same? Stagnant, stuck, accustomed to this lifestyle? And like I said, some of us, are coming from dysfunctional dynamics. So we're accustomed to living in these things and we accumulate just to kind of just keep this narrative going. But my thing is this though, you have control over your life narrative. You write the story. Your actions, your behavior, your mood, all these things that we do, you do. Play into your life, play into your story. And my thing for people out there too is that we also got to take into consideration that you're not the only one. You're not the only one that's going through stress. You're not the only one that's going through trials and tribulations. You're not the only one that's going through what you're going through. You'd be surprised. Someone that you don't even know, 5 feet from you, 5 miles from you, 5 towns from you, 5 states from you, probably going through the same thing that you're going through, right? You never know. But we're so consumed on the bad, but we don't really look at the positive stuff. And it's also true because when we look at school, we look at research, we look at all these things too, is that there's a consensus of low, positive reinforcement. And we also know too that when it comes to the brain, is that we're prone to think negative and just gravitate towards the drama and stuff like that too, than positive light. Why is that? Because it's what we seek. And it's also, too, what's in our environment, what's around us, you feel me? And what other people are doing, right? We have to have a mind of our own. When are we going to have our own values, y'all? When are we going to reassess ourselves? When are we going to do what's going to be beneficial for us? When are we going to, you feel me, get outside of our comfort zone? Something that I want to share with you guys as well is a time when, like I said, I was going through a lot of family distress. And maybe in another video I can kind of dive more into detail, but I just want to, like I said, give you the meats and potatoes. So stick with me, right? So going through a lot of family distress, and I made a decision because I went to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta, Georgia. I did a self-care type of trip, and I wasn't there to, you feel me, party. Wasn't there to get lit. You feel me, on some rapper stuff. You feel me? I was really there to really reassess myself in my mind. Where am I going? What's going on with me? And that changed my life. I found happiness again, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture. Shout out to the Colombian lady. You feel me? They took care of me over there. You feel me? Anything I needed, they took care of me. You feel me? Straight love. And that's what I realized too, is that just because you're coming from a dysfunctional dynamic, where you're around people that are struggling, they're stressed, they're down bad, they're always projecting just, you feel me? Negative behaviors, nothing positive to say about you. You feel me? They're projecting onto you. You feel me? Like, it's just when you're just around just negativity so much, yo, it could take a toll on you. In city to city, every city's going through something. We're not gonna sit here and play like, you feel me? Nah, we don't know what this guy's talking about. Let's really draw the connections, dog. But yo, when I went to Atlanta, it was really a good vibe because I was able to get accustomed to different people outside of my realm. You feel me? Every restaurant that I went through, the mall any interaction I had, it was a smooth interaction. Don't get it twisted, you feel me? Everybody else here, we have this self-defense system that's kind of built inside of us, so we just, you feel me, we're protective of ourselves. You know what I mean? We don't want to be played. We don't want to be manipulated. We don't want to be controlled. We don't want to be dogged out. We don't want to be harmed. You feel me? We don't want to be abused. You feel me? So it's like, we our heads on the swivel. Don't get it twisted. So the security's up. But overall, like, you feel me? When you come with a genuine, optimistic, kind of peaceful, mindset, and things are neutral within yourself, you're able to connect. It's all about the mindset. Where your head's at, you know what I mean? And it was a good time. I was able to see the, you know what I mean? I see people say what was of that? You know what I mean? I seen MLK's crib, Martin Luther King. You feel me? I see the church. I did a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Bull Tangle. How you say it? It's some garden. It was a garden. You feel me? Yo, so it's just, it was a peaceful time. But my focal point for y'all to understand once again is that we need to start doing more things that give us happiness, that make you happy. Where you're able to look at that, you know what I mean? That emotional wheel, for instance, right? And you can see there's different moods, right? But let's focus on the mood that's going to be able to give you more of that happiness that you desire. Because we control some of the things that we can control. We can work on our behavior. We can work on our mood. We can work on our personal development. And like I said, y'all, this is your priority. At the end of the day, we don't know what someone else is going to do. We don't know, you feel me? We're not responsible to the left or to the right. You're responsible for yourself. And some of us too, for the fellas, y'all out here talking about that happy wife, happy life. And look at the divorce rates. I'm not trying to, you feel me? I got to be real with y'all. And for some of these women too, is that, you ask them, what makes them happy, this and that. They say some things, but then, you feel me? It's something else. The human brain's complex. It changes, evolves. You feel me? Everybody's going to be different. You feel me? Same thing for the fellas. You know what I mean? But my thing is, like I said, we all as individuals, put in society aside, put in family values, put everybody's, let's look at you. What do you want? Right? And I really want us to have this mindset because we want to get ourselves into a healthy, you feel me, realm where we're able to really get to a vibration of a high frequency, so we're able to connect with other people that can really provide and meet us where we're at. Because I don't want you to sit here and you built yourself up, but then you're compromising yourself because you're forcing something that's not for you. And you end up hurt. End up deceived. Some men too, we need to spend the work, the inner work to, like I said, reassess what's going on, because a lot of us out here, we're looking into the perception of what someone's beauty looks like, but you're not looking on what's going on inside. And it shows what we got going on inside, because, you feel me? We ain't connected within ourselves. Happiness is a choice. Happiness comes and goes. But happiness is something that we can also have a grip on daily. You know what I mean? Like, I'm walking with you. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. We got to do this stuff, y'all. Like, this is stuff that a lot of people are not doing. Don't get it twisted. Get your sleep. Get your rest. You know what I mean? I took me a nap today on the back end. So it's like, you feel me? I'm all right. I'm all right. But I just really want us to understand, like, we need to spend time alone. We really need to build this rapport with ourselves. We really need to figure out what is going to be beneficial for your happiness. Because I'm telling you right now, y'all, you don't want to be in a situation where you're compromised, where you're scratching your head. You wasted a lot of time pouring into someone else's bucket. into these relationships, trauma bonding with somebody else, but you feel me? Emotionally, their head's not where your head's at. So this goes for the young folks out here that's high school lovers, and you're really pouring all your eggs into that girl, or to you know what I mean, to your partner, whatever your situation is. And this also leads to the adults into the world that's all here cupcaking, and they're trying to get married. Really reassess yourself. Don't get it twisted. Communicate with your partner. See if they are able to compromise. You feel me? Really understand, you feel me, if they have these healthy coping skills. Understand if they work through their trauma. Really understand who you are first. You're the main, you feel me? You're the main character that got to facilitate. But at the same time, too, make sure that you're also reassessing the person, their heart, and understanding their type of time when it comes to this development, and really being committed to the process. Because once again, y'all, good things take time. And when it comes to happiness, like I said, it's going to take time. But you got to stay committed to the process. You got to build with yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to have compassion with yourself, right? But once again, you have to spend time to find what makes you happy and putting yourself as that priority. And things will get better down the line. Don't rush this process, y'all. Don't rush the process. Because there's happiness out there. There's people out there that want to connect with you. But we also got to really reassess ourselves once again, is that where are we at when it comes to this personal development stuff? You know? I want to see you smile. I want to see you win. I want to see you at the top. And I want to really see that real smile. Not that, you feel me? We all can, you feel me? Throw that little smile. But the real smile lies in the eyes. You feel me? Where you could really see, like, yo, this person has peace within themselves. You feel me? They know themselves. They really, you can't really, you feel me? No one could push you off your pivot. And like what I said, that's where the structure comes in based on what we discussed today. So please, y'all, find time to make yourself that priority, because you matter, right? And find that happiness because you deserve it, and don't let no one else take that away from you. And when you get yourself into a relationship, or you move into the next phase of your life, things will be much more peaceful because you have the skills, you built that rapport with yourself, you know the do's and don'ts, you have the boundaries, you got all these skills. And I gotta also advocate too for that for that support. Get yourself the support if you need it. Advocate for yourself. But please, once again, make sure that you're not sitting here compromising yourself, putting other people before yourself, because y'all already know what's up. I don't want y'all tore from the floor. Make sure you're happy. Make sure that you're putting yourself first. Tapping with your mood. And once again, understand that this is going to take some time. I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed.